The point that Moshe and Aaron made to God is fairly straightforward. Indiscriminate punishment is simply not right. It is the introduction to this prayer request that is problematic. Firstly, as noted earlier, the use of the word Kael, O God, rather than Hashem as Yud-K Vav-K or Elokim. But more problematic is the additional 4 words, Elokei Haruchot L'chol Basar, which in theory was unnecessary and hence superfluous. The use of the word Kael is less of a problem in that it generally refers to a God of ultimate compassion. In this case, Moshe was asking God to show compassion to the people and limit the anger to the agitators of the rebellion. But this does not offer us any solution as to the inclusion of the 4 extra words, Elokei Haruchot L'chol Basar. One could take the easy approach and treat this entire phrase as flowery poetic language, which seems to be the approach that both the Hirsch and the Kaplan translations have taken, quite understandably, as their brief is to develop a user-friendly, free-flowing translation to the Chumash text, such as, O God, God of the spirits of the flesh, or omnipotent God of all living souls. But in doing so, there is no real link between the flowery language that is used and the actual request. Rashi, on the other hand, is bound by the rigid rules of Pshuta Shel Mikra, and therefore if we have the extra 4 words recorded in the text by way of introduction, there must be some link between the introduction and the content. The key word here is the descriptive Elokei Haruchot, and in particular the word Ruach, which is generally used to describe a force that is not physical. Ruach is wind. Ruach is a spirit. In Kabbalistic literature, Ruach is one of the 5 segments of the Neshama. The term wind does not require clarification. The Kabbalistic Ruach is almost impossible to define. But even the word spirit, which is the translation of choice for almost all 12 references to the word Ruach in Chumash Bereshit, for example, embodies multiple connotations depending on the context in which it is used. Let me digress for a moment and see how the Gutnik Chumash, which, as mentioned, attempts to present the Chumash as viewed through the lens of Rashi, offers a wide range of translations for this word Ruach, depending on the context in which it is used. This exercise will provide a backdrop to Rashi's commentary to Kael Elokei Haruchot as Yodea Machashavot, a statement to the effect that God knows the thoughts of all mankind, and how this plays into the actual content of the request, that he shows compassion on the innocent, punishing only those who have actually sinned.